Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another Wartales build video. In this one, we'll be talking about a ranger build, and we have few for you. We have a poisoner build, we have a knife thrower build, and we have the backstabber build. But before we get into it, I just want to remind that if we can get to 575 subscribers by Christmas, we'll be doing a $25 gift card giveaway. Forget it, by December 1st, we'll be doing $50 gift card giveaway. And I also do have Discord, link is down in the description, where you can talk about Wartales and other games. And I do stream on Kick, 4 p.m. Eastern. I stream this game, among others, and I do run giveaways there too. Do check it out, all links down in the description. But let's talk about a Ranger. It is another one of the 6 classes that you have on this game. It is, excuse me, the second dexterity class, which means one of the main attributes you want to focus is dexterity, which gives you a lot more damage. As you can see, you want that dexterity up so you can do more damage. Another skill that you want is critical hit, so you can get more damage out. I buff up critical hit, which unfortunately I have 2 slots over here, through Reinforced Layers of the Falcon. And you want to get willpower to 15 so you don't, fall in battle too soon. Constitution is not bad, just so you have a little more health. But another big one is movement you get. You want to get to at least 12 to 14 just so you can reposition more, Now let's talk about the builds, right? I'm going to talk about Backstabber. I do not use Backstabber, but because I suck at positioning that way. But let's talk about it. You want to take Valorous Victor, because when you do Backstabber, you will often get kills with it, so allow you to get your temporary valor points quickly. Then you're gonna take Cutthroat for Frenzy. Deals 51 to 60 or deal X amount of damage to the target. If you do ambush, you perform 2 additional attacks. So if you ambush the enemy, more, right? Which is pretty good. 3 attacks for 2 hits if you go with ambush. Pretty nice. Then you go with Deadly Contact, or Deadly Contract, sorry. At the start of each round, applies fragility to the closest enemy for 1 round, which makes them take 30% more damage, which is huge, especially with Backstabber. Pretty nice. Then you can take either Cold-Blooded or Retreat, right? Retreat just allows you to disengage at the end of their turn, and Cold-Blooded, damage or attack from behind increased by 20, so you can get even more damage, just doing huge amounts of damage. Then you take Unstoppable, so you can pass through the enemy ranks and position yourself better if you need to, right? Then you want to take class specialization, so you can pick a skill from previous level, which you can do if if you did pick Cold-Blooded, you can also take Retreat, just so you can do more damage and disengage and walk away, which is pretty good, right? If you don't want to do Backstabber, there is a Knifethrower, right? So Knifethrower, for your first, you can go Valorous Victor or Valorous Support, depends on your preference, Valorous Victor can help you, but you might not always get the final blow, That's why Valor Support is a little bit more useful, because you're going to be trying to stick with your allies a little bit more. You're going to take Assassin, which is right between the eyes skill, where you inflict X amount of damage and apply bleeding. If the target is already bleeding, the damage is double. So you can do a lot of damage. And if you watched the previous yesterday's video on the Spearman that can apply bleed, you can already do your damage double, right? After that, you take Instinctive Throw. After using a skill, deal X amount of damage to the closest enemy within 4 meters and reset the movement. Pretty good. Just allows you to get a little bit more damage, Then you want to take Low Blow, where you apply Blackout to all enemies in the area, where they have 50% chance to miss their next attack, which is pretty good, so you don't get hit or your allies don't get hit. For level 10, take Unstoppable, self-explanatory, Excuse me. And level 12, you take Class Specialization, where you can pick up you know, something like retreat if you need to, right? Or ordeal. Every time a unit attacks a bleeding or burning poisoned unit, the attack also applies one fervor or fever, sorry, where damage increase by 10% to where they take. No, sorry, damage taken increased by 10%. I apologize, I can't speak. Now let's talk about the build that I personally run and I enjoy because of the Viper. Now, Viper consumes all poison and increases my damage by 25% per application. In here, we're going to take Valor Support, where every time this unit ends their turn next to an ally and is not engaged in combat, you gain one temporary Valor point. You can also go Valor Support, if you want to do a massive amount of damage, because with the Viper you can. Then you're going to take Poisoner with the Poison Vial, where you apply 4 poisons to all units area. Also apply Vulnerability to those who are already poisoned. So if you do it properly, you can throw poison, right? Skip a turn, throw another poison, go behind them and do massive damage, because vulnerability makes it to where they take a critical hit. Or if you have 2 rangers, you have that ranger poison that enemy, right? Then you poison, which will apply vulnerability since they're already poisoned, and then you attack from behind, doing massive damage, or just from the front, doesn't matter, right? After that, you take either Poison Weapon, where every time this unit attacks from behind, they apply 2 poisons. You can also take Ordeal, where every time a unit attacks a bleeding, burning, or poison unit, the attack also applies 1 fever. Pretty good. Then you want to take Explosive Gas, doubles the poison stack on all units in the area. Kind of know what I'm getting. So you get the 1 poison throw, then you apply another poison with this one to get vulnerability. Then you double the poison stacks. Then you hit with Poison Weapon or poisons, so you already have what? 4 stacks from original, 8 with the poison or with another one. So 8, it doubles to 16, and when we attack from behind, we get 18, and we consume of them, getting a lot of damage, getting a crap ton of damage, like, what is it, 350 I'm assuming, if my math is right, 350% increased damage, which is pretty huge. You can get rid of enemies pretty fast. Again, that's if I'm right. I'm probably not, so don't quote me, right? After the explosive gas, you take Unstoppable, self-explanatory, and here you take Decisive Maneuver for level 12. It's because if this unit is the first to act on their side, they disengage and can act 1 more after all of the allies. Pretty good, so you can do kind of 2 turns. Pretty good, and that's the one I use. I enjoy this build. Now let's talk about recommended equipment. Right, Iron Dagger, Ghost Billhook, Rhymesteel Blade, and then Acadian Stiletto works. You can go Beheadite Sanction. That's what it does if the enemy is by themselves in a 4-meter radius. This weapon will deal more damage than any other dagger. Doesn't require ambush, backstabber for the extra damage, You can go Cruxis Syx, a powerful dagger that inflicts 1 stack of poison, slowdown, and slow reflexes. Great for backstabbers and, poison build or poisoners alike. You can go Faithless, infinite throwing axes that activate after using a skill. Perfect for knife throwers. And I have Solar. I don't have a knife thrower. I might make one, but it's pretty good because I'll be using a poison pretty decent. So it also gives me more critical damage and critical hit. Right? You can go Ham Bomblet, where off weapon that takes 10% of the target's max health. Now it stops being used, especially when it inflicts bleeding, so you can get even more damage. And you can also go with Incendiary Flask, inflicts burning on target. Which doesn't go away like poison, allows you to get more, but be careful because, if the enemy gets too close, that will spread the burning to you. Now for oils, you can use Swiftness Oil for extra dexterity, which is huge for all rangers. Sharpening Oil for more frequent crits. And Infectious Oil, which is what I like to run, as you can see. for obviously more damage, and you can do explosives, you know. But I want Misty because I just want to try it out. I might get rid of Misty and keep the Infectious and go like Sharpening or Swiftness. But that's all for the Ranger builds. We have three. Have Backstabber, Knifethrower, Poison build. But like I said, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.